Alright, so welcome back guys to this Laravel video tutorials. In the last video we've done creating our CRUD functionality about about the module of categories, which is we do the create, the read, which is the show and the edit, and then the update one, which is once you click the update it will update the specific item that we selected, and then of course the read one. Here guys, what are missing in this admin side of your blog is that is only the article, which means that what we've done to the last video for tags and categories is almost the same as the article, but we are going to add a little more some of the fields like category and tag in the field of form. Like for example, here we are going to create something like this for the article, which is we're going to add two more fields like the category for the specific article in the tag. So this is not really difficult, so what we're going to do is just the same as the category in the last video. So let's start and follow my coding. Okay, so here it's empty, so let's copy from the category before, just copy paste without need to rework for that one. And all we're gonna do is to just use the app and then the article, and then just replace the hook. For example, here the usage of course is the this one is an article, it should be category because category. So let's just replace, and of course this one, this one from article, replace the view, and then this one is just okay. We've done with this part, and then the next part is that like we did in the previous video, we just need to copy paste some of the view file here into the article. So just paste, and we just need to modify some specific text here, like if you see category, of course now we are article, so this one is also so here what we're going to do is to replace most of the file into article. So okay, save, and then the next thing is the table. So here, like I said, we add some two fields for the category of the post, the article, and of course the tag of it. We are also going to add another two fields here for now. Tag, let's just see, title, and then here is the category, here is the tag, and then the title. Okay, so we're done. So here it's almost the same. So what we're gonna do next is edit some things that we need to change here, because it's article. And also this one is article. Okay, the same. So like I said, we are going to add another label here, which is okay, copy this one. Okay, oops, sorry. For this one it's category, and then this one is category. Back to, no, this one is not category, it should be article. This one is a category ID. It should not be text box. Oh, we should change this one. Should be select, because we're going to get all the data of the category, and then option. So here we're going to add a for loop for each category as row, of course, and for each. Then you can echo here the row, the title, and then we add the value which is the ID, row ID. So that's it, and for this one we should just copy paste that for the tag. Okay, here is the tag. It's the tag. Oh, okay. It's category, and then the category. This one is the tag ID. Tag ID. Okay, here is the tag. So done for this one, and then of course we're going to copy this one into the update. To do is the same. Okay, done. So what we're going to do now is, since we have this one, so let's add this data, because this data has been passed by a parameter in the class of the article in the index function. So it's basically done. So let's try if there's unexpected syntax error. Let's check. Oh, so no error, so it means that it's working, but we need to adjust some things here. Like here it should be, let's do 10 just to make it center. So what we're going to do next is to test our CRUD functionality, which is the create one, and let's see what are the missing things that we left in the code, or maybe missing something like that. Okay, so I think this one is also articles. And once we click this, let's see if there is an error. So you see, like I said, we should test that, because we are going to see some errors if we miss something in the code, like variables or syntax error, something like that. So here it has some error like undefined variable category, which is this one. So it's here, and also I think it will also once we fix this, it's also going to throw an error of the tag variable which is missing. So we go back to the controller and then the create function. You see that we haven't passed any data variable, parameter into the view, which is something like in the index one. So what we're going to do is the category. Let's leave it blank for the first time, and then the tag. So we are going to add this inside this variable array, we have an object of category and tag, which is the value of that should be the data inside the tables of tag and category. So it's basically the same as how we call the data of the article, which is, and this one is the category. So we're just going to copy this one and paste that here, and then that, and then this one is the category, and this one is the tag, and then let's test. Oh, you see, so now perfect. As you see, it's already working. It's get the tag and then the category, but I've noticed some error, because this one should not be title, this one should be body. So let's go back, and this one should be the body of your article, something like that. This one is the body, and then this one is the body. We should not forget the naming of that. So let's check. Alright, so it's working now. So now what we're going to do is to test this. if it's already inserting data into the database, which is this this table. So it will go to the post method of article within this one. So it was a store. So let's see the function, the store code. So here we are missing something. So we should have a add another field, which is the category ID and then the tag ID. So we should put it as required, and of course also this one body, and then this one is the tag ID and then category ID, and then of course the same here above, body category ID, tag ID. Of course, I think there is some missing variable. We should have the slug, and this one should be the slug. The slug should be the same as title, but we're going to replace some. It was title, we're going to replace some strings like spaces, something like, or slashes, something like that. So for now, it's just for very basic. We're going to replace some spaces into a dash. I mean, I think this one is dash. I don't know. Forget. So what we're going to use the functionality of PHP is str underscore replace, and then what we are going to replace is str replace has three parameters. The first one is what are you going to replace. Of course, we are going to replace the space into a dash, something like that, and then the string, of course, the string that we're going to replace that. So we have now slug, title, slug, body, category, tag. So now let's try to use this. Let's try to add some data to the form. Dust body category. We have only one. The tag we have only one. Let's try. Oops. Unknown columns like infield list. So guys, I think we've missed some fields in the migration file, which is here. So we should, so it has slug already, but it is unique. But here it says column slug infield. Okay. Sorry about that. I think it's in the model part. Let's check the model article. But I already put it here. So what is? Let's try to figure it out. Test. Okay. Unknown column slug in field list, insert into categories. Sorry, I think we used the wrong model here. It should be the article. So let's try it again. Successfully inserted. So let's try if it's really inserted. Let's go back to the list of the articles. Oops, another error we encounter trying to get property title of a non-object. So it means, guys, because as we go back to the code here, I've defined some like this one, which means that it should our migration should have a let's say mapping of the IDs for the category and the tag, because it should have some foreign keys set up that I think we missed before. So let's do that right now. Let's add some foreign keys, but I think We can do that without that. Maybe there's some need to do in the model part, which is here. So I'm going to do that. Let's try. I can recall. Okay, home. Okay, article. So here we should have a function. Let's say, oops, public function tag. Let's say category. Should be static, I think. Let's go to the Laravel documentation for sure. One too many. One to one. Okay, defining relationships. So it's basically this one. Okay, let's try this one. Tag has one apple. Okay, let's tag. Let's try also with the has one category. Should not define the ID because it's already the same name. So let's try. Oops. Unknown column categories dot article ID in where clause. Select asterisk from categories where categories that article ID. Oh, we missed something. I think I forgot that, but let's try to debug that. Okay, so it uses the article ID, but we don't need the article ID. It should be the category ID. So this one is the tag ID. So this for categories that category ID is equal to 1 and categories that category ID is not null limit 1. Oh, it should be ID. ID. You should have a good mapping for that. So that's it, guys. So as you see, I didn't put any foreign keys, but in some production applications we should have some foreign key upon creation of the migration tables that we are going to use. It's in this one, migrations, database, foreign. Okay, it's here. So in some production applications, guys, it's really good to add some foreign keys in the relationship of your tables, beside from adding it in the code models. I mean, in the models of your tables. So that's a good practice. But here, since we are doing this for some basic stuff, so this one is just we need to do in order for us to work this kind of syntax, because this one is calling the category table and looking for the title, and also for the tag in the title, which is mapped here, which is mapped in this one. So he's calling this one and this one for the category. So it's mapping the ID of the category into category ID, which is the field in the article tables, in the articles table. So that's it. So that is how it works. So now we have the create. We also have now the read run, but I think there's some missing here. We should not put, but it should be body, and this one should be body. Brush. So it's working now. So let's try now to do this, the show one. So as you see, yes, it shows, but we don't know if it's correct. So let's check. Of course, the first is in the functionality one, and then inside the class. So we see that, of course, it's good, it's right. We had the right syntax of calling the article. And then so now here in the show, where is the show? Okay, here we should, okay, this one should be the body, this one is the body, and then this one is the category, and then this one is the tag. So here it's basically the same category and then the title, and here is the tag and the title. So let's see if it's working. So boom, it's working. And the last thing is the article route name. So let's go back. So now we've done the create and the read functionality in the CRUD. So what's next, of course, is the update function, which is now we encounter some error. It's basically the same as we encountered in the create, which is here. So what we're going to do, that is basically the same. We just need to copy some variables, I mean something like this, inside the request, which is here. So let's refresh. Okay, so what do you think is missing here? And actually it's working for me, but the thing is that it should already selected the category that we've been selected once, that has been linked into this specific blog that has been going to edit. And also same for the tag. So it should be selected once you select the update, I mean the edit. So for that one works, it should have some basic let's say conditional statements inside here, inside the for loop of the tag and then the category. So let's do that. Okay, oops, list of the tag articles, articles, edits, and then the back. This is one article also. And then like I said, this one is the body, and this one is the body. Oops, and then this one is a category. So what we're going to do is we just need to add some if conditional statement, if something like that. If this row id is equal to data category id, which is the category of the current data that we are going to update. If it's equal, then it should have a okay, let's forget that. Let's put some variable habab. Okay, here we should add some at php, at and php. So we are going to put the if inside of that and then remove sign. We have a variable here which is the selected equals to blank. So it said if so we should value the selected equals to selected equals selected. And now we're going to use this variable inside. So just echo that one and let's see if it works. Okay, so it works for the category. Of course, it's also the same for this one. So here it should be the tag ID, and of course we are going also to echo this one. Okay, Jadan. Oh, there's something wrong. Okay, selected tag. Let's try because okay, so now it works. So let's try to test. Should we add another one? Let's add another tag. Tag 2 test, and then for the category, let's also add tag cut 2 test. Let's go back, and then for category, that article, let's create test 2. This is a test 2 cat 2 programming. So let's save. Let's go back to the list. Let's see if it's working. Okay, as you see, it's working. So let's update if the update functionality is working. Okay. Oops. So there is some error because you haven't yet updated the update functionality. So let's update that. It should be the same as this one. So here is that we just need to copy that. And then let's see the slug. Actually, the slug we haven't seen it what it looked like, but the slug should be okay, the same. This one is the body, the ID, okay, body ID. Oh. The tag can't be changed upon update, guys. Remember that it should be unique. So let's just refresh. Okay, so it's working. Test 2 test with space wait update, then let's try. Let's see. Okay, so the slug hasn't changed because like I said, it shouldn't be changed upon the update. It should be created uniquely once you've add a your tag. So you see, guys, it's very easy. So what are the things that missing here? The functionality that's missing here is the delete one, which is, I think we don't need to think about that because you don't need to change this. But let's try to be deleted for test tag. Okay, here save. Let's go back to the list. Let's show. Okay, I'm going to confirm something. Okay, it has something like expected. Okay, so let's go back and then let's try to delete this one. Okay, it's deleted. So that's it, guys. So now you have your basic functionalities in your web blog, which is normally blog has its own tags, its own categories to be used for your articles. So here you already have your article creation. For example, you want to create a title like my hobby, and then details of your hobby like that, and then select some category, which is you can be set it up here, and then the tags also can set up here, and then save. And then once you have that, boom, you already have it. So I think there is some missing here, even though we have already completed the main functions of the basic blog, because if I remember, I haven't add any authentication security here for these links for the route, because when I go log out and then access the articles, as you see, it's accessible because we haven't put any security about that. So what we're going to do is to add a security, and for your information guys, it's not really difficult. So that's why I'm going to push you guys to study this, to learn this framework, because it's not really hard to learn this. And then once you've learned this, so you will love using this and create some basic web application stuff that you want. Okay, so now as we've seen that there is no security on that, so let's add that. Because this route should not be accessible if you are not logged in. As you see, I'm logged out, so this one should not be accessible, and also the tag, right, and also the category. So as you see, so how do we do that? So it's basically very simple. It's just in the route here. So what we're going to do here is that okay, tag category. Okay, article category tag. Okay, so here we should not, oops, this one should be removed because we've already had that at the top here. It's double. Okay, so what we're going to use is a route group, which is we're going to use a middleware. A middleware is kind of a security in any kind of web application. It can be called, like, for example, a session, which is the secured part of your web application. For example, the secured web pages should be authenticated, something like that. For example, your home page is going to be public in the internet because it's the homepage of your web application. But in terms of, for example, your admin page should be secured. So here in Laravel, it's very powerful, let's say, built-in stuff within the framework. So sometimes you don't need to think about it a lot, because it's really simple to use and to apply in the creation of your web application. So let's just search it in the documentation. So here we're going to route group, or maybe we can navigate to the basics routing, or maybe, if I remember, it's just basically to create something like this. Route, something like that, in group, as I remember, and then something like that, and then some this kind of stuff, and some function, I think, and then this one. Let's try if it's working. Here what we're going to do is not to add a group name. Middleware, is out, and then we're going to put it inside the middleware, which is using the authentication, which means these pages of your blog requires authentication middleware. So it means that it shouldn't be accessible when the user is not logged in, so that it means that it should be secured. So let's try. Okay, you see it's working. Okay, so when we access the tag, we should redirect into the login, and we access into the category, we should redirect to login. And then the tag, let's see, oops, it says the tag is not okay. Let's create and delete that. Okay, so now we have a secured admin page of your blog. So for example, I'm going to log in, Ryan, okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, login. Okay, so as you see, now we have our completed blog with some sort of some security, which is not really difficult to apply. You know what, guys, if you do this kind of stuff in a procedural coding, sometimes it takes you time to do that, because it has sometimes for doing those kind of stuff is procedural coding or functional something like that. It makes, it's really hassle for my own, but it's good also that you will learn how to do that manually, so that you have a background of how it works from your side. Okay, so here, guys, we've already done the creation, the CRUD functionalities of the tags, categories, and the articles. So what should be the next? So if you go back here, you see that our basic blog has its own, let's say, not appropriate web public view, which is, I think, the normal blog that you've seen. Once you go to the website, something like this, you will see some header here, the blog post, and then the categories will be lined up with some list here in the side, and then so on and so forth. So it has also some footer. So that is the next goal that we are going to do in the next video. So for now, since we've already done that, just to try to recall of the things that you want to understand of the things that we've done in the previous videos, because all those kind of basic things that we did is basically the same things that a professional developer do if in any kind of projects. So that's it for today, guys, and let's wait for another video, and we're going to create our front end blog web page, and then I think we've already done in creating our basic blog using Laravel. So that's it. Thank you, and don't forget to share, like, and comment, or suggest anything that you want me to create for some other applications, something like that, and then we are going to do that. Okay, thank you.